Welcome back everyone to a Lizardmen vs Coast showdown between ODM's Alfredino against the King, Fantalemonade. So for the Vampire Pirates, for the front line, 4 units of the terror-causing Sirens. These lovely ladies today will be coming with their ability Charmed, giving 10 negative melee attack to all units they're fighting. 2 units of the Deccan cheap mobs in the front for the chaff, and 2 units of the anti-large and armor-piercing polearms here in the back. 3 units of the gunnery crabs, one being the Lamprey's Revenge here for that regeneration and bucket loads of AP, and the double gunnery whites. Gunnery whites are great sniping captains here with Scabscraft to really delete all that infantry as well. On the floor, we are going to have the nice but rare Shade Wraith Gunners. These ethereal boys are the only ethereal units in the game to not have terror, but they do come here with Discourage, AP, and that magic ammunition. For the Lord Choice today, we are going to have Count Noculus on foot. He's going to be anti-large and armor-piercing there with his halberd. He'll also have the Captain's Wrath Moondial, Wrathstorm, Arcane Conduit, Invocation of Nehek, and the Drowned Dead. So bucket load of summons, great AP, and nice healing here for the VP should really help them out today. For the dinosaurs, 2 units of the Chameleon Stalkers in the front for those blasting charges, 2 units of the Skink Skirmishers for the kite, and the Master Chameleon himself, Oxyotl. The man, the myth, the legend today will have the Golden Blowpipe, Master Predator, and Slippery as his toolkit today. For the front line, 5 units of the Skink Cohorts, mixing in with 4 units of the Skink Cohort Javelins. And for the monsters, we are going to have the double Stegodons, one here being the Skink Priest of Heavens for the Wind Blast and Harmonic Convergence, and the second here being the Bodon. The Bodon will have 360 range, poison and armor-piercing missile strength to really help delete all those big gunnery crabs. In the back, we are going to be having the Bastillodon Solar Engine. This bad boy does have his blinded ability in with the fire and magic ammunition to help him delete all of those ethereal units. The last unit of infantry is going to be the Cohort of Sotek. The bad boys here with Refuse to Die, Frenzy, and the Unbreakable status coming in with the AP and Poison, making them a really, really nice infantry unit. So, in previous past, this matchup has certainly favoured the VP relatively heavily, being probably the biggest ban for the Lizardmen in past. However, with the newest DLC, you're certainly going to be seeing it more even here with units such as the Chameleon Stalkers really coming into the battlefield. They're going to be firing in the front line, doing some great damage up against the Sirens. Even with 75% physical resistance, they're going to take loads of damage there up against these Stalkers. Stalkers really allow the Lizardmen to have a little bit more kite, or even there get more aggressive and really delete cheap infantry such as the Deccan mobs with these blasting charges. They get in, they have 75 missile strength with that fire damage, just to delete all units with fire weaknesses such as regen or trees, or have massive damage up against lightly armored infantry. Same can be said here for the Sirens, but that 75% physical resistance should really help them here in this battle. Now they do have to run away from the Bastillodon. This is a nice movement here coming in for Alfredino, dropping into the back pocket here, trying to give himself a little bit more room for a little bit of extra kite here from the Skink Skirmishers and the Master Chameleon. The Master Chameleon today does actually have magic ammunition, so he's going to do pretty well here up against the Sirens. A nice little shot down the flank there should be able to hit quite a few units and do some great damage. In the middle, the Shade Wraith Gunners are down to 18 models out of 24. They've been hit pretty hard here. Looks like we are getting a Bastillodon shot up against these Sirens. They've taken quite a bit of punishment so far early doors. We can see the Stegodon here, the Bodon is going to be shooting relatively nicely, but we are going to get some Shade Wraith shots in eventually. The Shade Wraiths have some amazing AP, and with that negative 16 as well on the leadership, on top of the missile leadership, that's going to be huge here fighting up against all these big monsters. 140 armor for the Bastillodon is so much AP to punch through, but as you can see, we are going to get a little bit here in the front line, but not too much. We are going to come in with the Gunnery Crabs, 434 there for their AP, and this is going to be just a game of attrition. We have healing on the side for the VP, but we don't have it here for the Lizardmen, so they're really going to have to out-costively trade here against all these nice ethereal units. Now, when you do heal them with such a low hit point pool, they are actually going to get lots and lots of value there. So we'd have to make sure we try and kill the borders as quickly as possible, and hopefully see if we can shatter them and really remove them from the battlefield. More blasting charges in the front from the Chameleon Stalkers, really ripping apart these units. Ladies are going to be dying flying left, right, and center. We can see still some kite coming in from the skirmishers, and now we're going to move in with the javelins. The bad boys here are going to be just throwing those boys into the front line as they fight up against these lovely ladies. Now, it's going to remove them down to 10 melee attack. Such low melee attack considering how much physical resistance they have. It's going to be really hard to punch through even if they do successfully hit. The gunnery crabs now are in the middle. They are actually going to be shooting here up against the Bastillodon. That is the main threat here for the VP. So getting both the gunnery crabs and the shade wraiths on to the Bastillodon solar engine is going to be key indeed. Now, so we are going to be focusing down one of the gunnery whites here. If we get the Bodon and the Bastillodon to come and shoot up against the big AP crab, we can really do some great damage value. On the right-hand side here, what we can see, the skink skirmishers still going to be shooting and poisoning the sirens, really slowing them down to 41 speed. We do actually have 48 here with the skink skirmishers, so they're going to be able to kite all day. We do have a nice roadblock here with the skink cohorts, so if they do come forward, we are going to move in with the skink cohorts, slowing them down a little bit and allow the skinks to keep shooting. Shade Wraith still ripping it now into the Skink Priest rather than going after that Bastillodon. He's only got 240 range. He's really had to move to the back of the map so he doesn't get decimated too hard. 245 range for the Shade Wraiths will mean they can hit pretty hard here with that AP over a long distance. Now, just waiting on the left-hand side, we can see the pole arms are in. They're going to be fighting here up against the Skink cohort. Their AP and anti-large that they pay for really isn't going to aid them too much here in the front line. Of course, Skink cohorts are only going to be having 30 armor, so the AP really not going to be too great. You prefer to see them here up against the nice big Stegodons, but of course, they're just going to kite indeed. The front line is going to be having the gunnery crabs, the Lamprey's Revenge, fighting in melee combat here up against the Skink cohorts. These bad boys are going to be at pretty much full health with 9 models, with these sirens here coming into terror, and looks like, yes, we are going to terrify the Skink cohorts in this juicy front line. We have loads of the Skink cohort javelins left. They are going to be dropping. Don't want to throw too many of those. We do want to hit the sirens as much as possible, but of course we do need to make sure we save some towards the later stages. Sirens moving through, looks like an overcasted invocation here in the middle. It's going to heal quite a few models. All that gunnery white is getting particularly low here though. We can already see the healing cap coming through for him. He's going to be at 1.3k health. If he drops into that negative, he will be taking damage over time. Shade Wraith still ripping it apart in the front line here up against that Bastillodon. He's really trying to get forward, and so is the second one here. We can see Cold-Blooded going down to see if we can negate all of the discourage abilities coming out of the Shade Wraiths, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here. He's going to be going down 19 leadership. It looks like we are going to get Cold-Blooded there on the second, but we're still going to be shooting in the front from Oxyotl. He's going to be up to 37 kills so far, doing a great job here. Gunnery White still coming forward. He does actually have great AP, Oxyotl. AP and poison for the slows can really help him here in that Master Predator state. Giving him unspottable will allow him to shoot in the front line and do some great damage value. AP shots coming in up against the Lamprey's Revenge. They are going to be down to 7 models here. Negative 20 leadership is going to allow them to take some big damage over time. One gunnery crab actually goes down there. We're now going to be down to 5 models, 1.2. We need an invocation here to keep these gunnery crabs going. They're going to be dropping down to 4, 950. They're going to be falling really fast here. Looks like we are actually going to be summoning a unit of the Deca mobs as we see the nice, beautiful red-crested skinks moving forward to delete these elite crabs. We are going to be shooting over the top. Negative 35 leadership, 650 HP left. Looks like here with the Shade Wraith gunners in the middle, they have managed to find a nice little spot for themselves to shoot up against these solar engines. Solar engines are going to be shooting into the sirens, and looks like here the Bodon is moving to the very back end of the map. Gunnery crabs here are going to be fighting to the very last model, 516 health. As we can see there, 4 models still going down. Stalkers in the middle fighting here up against the polearms. They do have good 25% physical resistance, so they could do pretty well there in the middle. And looks like here Oxyotl still going to be shooting to the front line. Sirens, 33 models, still going pretty strong, chasing after the terrified skink cohorts. Getting kited a little bit here by these skink skirmishers. Bodon still going strong. It looks like here that Stegodon is going to run out of ammunition. The Lamprey's Revenge, 3 models left, 13 negative there on the leadership, 150 HP left. They are going to be going down pretty quickly here. They're still going to be shooting, trying to get as much value as they possibly can. These bad boys, unfortunately, are going to fall as they go down to 91 health. Going down model by model now. Those crabs really falling, and it's such a sad sight to see. We can see the Shade Wraiths really ripping apart up against the Stegodon in the middle. And where is the caster? It looks like here the Skink Priest of Heavens with that Wind Blast would have been so great up against some of the Sirens. Wind Blast can really delete nice, good terror-causing and ethereal units. Looks like the Lamprey's Revenge did get a kill. Going to be 2 models there at 1,100 health. We are going to move in with the skink cohorts. I don't think you can regen any models until you go maximum HP there for the double model, so I don't think we're going to see any come back here too quickly. Stegodon's in the front. He's going to be charging here up against the gunnery right. Big hit coming down. There we go. A lovely headbutt coming in from Sheila. She's going to be fighting up against the gunnery white. Going to be maximizing there on HP. 1.3k there, and we can see that the healing cap is in soon. Healing pack here for the gunnery white is going to be at only 845 left, so not enough regen there to really keep him alive. We do have a massive 70 charge bonus for the Stegodon. This thing can really rip apart gunnery whites. We are going to be chasing with the deckhand polearms, and they're going to be the perfect units to take down these nice big Stegos. In the back, the Lampreys are still going. They are going to be balanced there on their leadership. 1.2k, really keeping them going. Shade Brave's still in the middle. Lots of ammunition left to give. Gunnery White's just going to be feeding them ammunition after ammunition with their reload abilities. Bastiladon in the back has run out of ammunition. He is going to be getting shot here by the Shade Braves, and he falls! No, the big bad boy does go down with that beautiful yellow gem there on the top. Such a sad sight to see such a gorgeous animal there fall, but we can see the Stegodon in the middle. He's going to be going up to the right, and he is getting decimated by these Shade Braves. That negative 16 leadership is so huge in a game just like this. In the middle here, we can see the Javelins fighting yet again up against the Sirens. Going to be coming towards their healing cap as well. You can see that there. They're not going to really be having much left in the pocket. Only 115 health left to gain back. So unfortunately here, we could be seeing those ethereal units drop very soon. Big AP damage in the back. We are going to be losing that Stegodon. He does somehow come back, even though under fire. Quite interesting there. The Shade Wraiths are in some serious trouble. Overcast Invocation going down on the Sirens and also the Shade Wraith Gunners. We are going to move in with the Chameleon Stalkers. They're going to do some great damage here, and the Shade Wraiths are going to be at max. 14 models with 880 health. That's not a huge amount as we shoot in here from the side from the Skink Skirmishers. Oxyotl's in the middle. He's going to be here now up to 49 kills, doing a really good job here. We are going to be fighting up against those Lamprey Revenge. We have the Skink Skirmishers and Oxyotl doing some good AP and Poison Kite here. We're going to be down to 1.2k there for those. And looks like there we did get a Wrathstorm on the face of Oxyotl. Shrugging that off like the absolute champion he is. We are going to move in here with the red-crested Skinks. Those bad boys will absolutely butter the bread here of these gunnery crabs. Shade Wave shots into the flank of the Stegodon. That 70 charge bonus isn't going to help when you're getting absolutely decimated by gunfire here by the undead men themselves. Sirens moving in for the negative 10 melee attack. But I think here for that trade, we are going to be losing the Lamprey's Revenge. 400 health for them fighting up against the AP cohort. Down to 360 with that regen. They are really struggling. Poison going down as well. We can see the Skink Cohort Javelins coming around the right-hand flank here to try and see if we can get onto the Shade Wraiths. Banter Power is going to be in the VP favor. They are decimating these dinosaurs at the moment and really making it very difficult here for them. We're going to move away here with the Skink Cohorts. Refuse to Die has been popped, so no models will die. They'll go down to 1 HP and still survive. Lamprey's Revenge, 120. They are going to regen, but negative 26 health. Sorry, leadership will mean that their health does continue to drop here. And I think, unfortunately, these big bad boys are going to fall. 57, 50, 40. And I don't think there's going to be any invocations coming through here from Count Noculus. He is going to need to invocation himself, which means, unfortunately, these beautiful gunnery crabs have fallen. Big Stego here is going to be running. We do see some of those nice little skinky boys on the top, throwing those javelins here into the summon of the deckhand mobs. But we are going to be shooting with Oxyotl here into the ethereal Sirens. We can see Skink Skirmishers are going to be running away. No more darts for them, so the poison is going to be limited, and they're not really going to slow down these Sirens too much. Oxyotl is going to shoot. As you can see, he hit quite a few models there, and they are actually going to drop and fall. His magic ammunition will allow him to do some incredible damage over here. He has 534 missile strength that's just going to wreck apart this front middle line. Coming in here, we can see the anti-large polearms moving through. There's not too many targets for them. We can see here Balance of Power coming back towards the middle. The cohorts are running. They don't really want to engage just yet. They are going to be maximal, and they are going to be maximally utilized here against Count Noculus. He has 95 armor. We don't have much AP left here apart from the big bad Oxyotl. Now, he's kind of left the Sirens really smartly, not using too much ammunition. As they were on a negative leadership, they are going to take damage over time. It's going to be the same there for the Sirens at the top. Some other Sirens are going to come back. They were chasing some Skink Cohorts at the top, but they are going to come back to the battlefield. Oxyotl is in the middle. I think he's going to be trying to shoot here. Yes, he is. He's going to be shooting pretty nicely there into Count Noculus. We are going to charge in with the Chameleon Stalkers. Chameleon Stalkers here are probably going to take some good hits from the deckhand mobs. They'll do some good damage before falling. This is going to be one of the original units here that was left to the end state. We are going to be fighting here with 701 leadership, 19 models. They should do pretty well there. They've got good physical resistance, but of course the leadership's not going to be high due to such a low model count and health point pool. We are going to be kiting with Oxyotl still. He is going to be having 17 ammunition. He's going to be working alongside the Skink Skirmishers. Some good damage here up against the polearms. No shields for them, so they're going to get hit pretty hard here from those Skinky Skirmishers. Moving into the middle, we are going to be getting Chameleon Stalkers. Oh, I thought they were going to go forward there. I think that might have been a nice engagement to take here up against Count Noculus. And so we have managed to shatter the Stegodon here, probably thanks to the Sirens, maybe. Maybe just some good AP damage out there was able to remove the Stegodon. Looks like we're actually going to be breaking these Skink Javelins as well. And looks like the Skink Cohort Javelins on the left are going to return. So it looks like here we are going to use the Cohort to fight up against the Sirens. We are going to use Refuse to Die. That is going to keep that model count up to 18 as they do fight here up against the ladies. They won't do as much damage. The AP they're paying for is not going to do anything, but the poison will really help. Skink Skirmishers now fighting up against the second unit. We are going to get maximum value now here from the Cohort Sotet before they fall. The bad boys are going to fight to the absolute best as we see the Skink Skirmishers fighting in melee combat here up against Count Noculus. He's going to be in the middle doing some great work, but it looks like he's just going to push straight past. Maybe the Skink Skirmisher ammunition could be more utilized here on the summon of the Pirate Deckhand mobs. Oxyotl is still going to be kiting. Count Noculus is going to be down to 1.5k health. As he fights in melee combat, he does have the hunger, so he will regen himself. Give himself some nice healing there. Invocation could be utilized, but in not too many places left. We can see a lot of the Sirens, apart from just this unit here, are going to be at maximal hit point regeneration. Skink Skirmishers the back, 75 models. How much ammunition? We have 3 ammunition left. Don't want to be shooting into the summon here. They will deplete over time. We really want to be shooting into these Sirens if at all possible. Chameleon Stalkers has been broken. I don't know if they were terrified, but they've definitely been broken. They don't have ITP. It looks like here breaking is going to be the Deckhand mobs. They're going to be -3 leadership, so they are going to be dying over time. Just waiting for an engagement here. I think we're going to skip on just a little bit, trying to see if there's any more engagements. Oxyotl's still going to be kiting. We're now going to shoot our shots here into the Sirens. Yeah, so it's good to go after the one that is at full healing. The reason being is because then they can't get any models back. We're now going to get a nice heal there. Overcast Invocation on top of the Sirens. Oxyotl's still going to be shooting in the middle. He's going to be kiting quite nicely there up against Count Noculus. We are going to be coming back in with the infantry. Bouncer power in the VP favor very heavily. Nice charge there coming in for the Skink Skirmishers. Fighting up against the Sirens alone. That was a bit of a mistake there from the VP. Getting some nice free damage. We are going to terrify them. Are they going to return? Yes, they do. The Sirens do want to put some pressure here on Oxyotl, and ideally so. He's such a menace right here in the middle. We are seeing Count Noculus pretty much on healing cap. 600 health left for him. We are going to be seeing the Polearms fighting here up against the Skink Skirmishers. Still shooting into Noculus. Down to 270 health. Great kite here coming out of Alfredino. Fantalemonade still chasing there with those Sirens. Oxyotl doesn't have much armor. Only 30 there for himself. We are now going to be shooting with that magic ammunition into the Sirens. And we have run out of ammunition here from Oxyotl. We have fallen with Count Noculus. We are going to be returning with Skink Skirmishers. So we did shatter there with the second unit. It's now going to be 2 Sirens as well as the Deckhand mob fighting here up against Oxyotl. They are going to be negative leadership. -28 means they are going to be damaging over time and dying. Polearms are the same. Sorry, the normal are the same. -3 leadership there. We can see in the middle the Sirens now are going to be in a negative state. He doesn't have magic melee attack, so he's going to be fighting here just on poison and willpower alone. He's going to be in the middle here up against all these Sirens, blowpipe in hand, smashing up against the ladies and Deckhand mobs all alike. The Cutlass is going to be chewing through him at this moment. He's going to be down to 2,070 HP as we fight against all of the VP. Bouncer power now pulling into the Lizardmen favor. Such a long game here, 19.5 minutes. Bouncer power even further pulling into the Lizardmen favor. He really is pulling it out here is Oxyotl. Master Predator still going down. He's going to be fighting. We do see one of the Sirens drop. It looks like here the second could be dropping as well. 370 HP left for them with 1.6k in for the Deckhand mobs. Oxyotl does have a great 45 melee defense. That is going to be army losses and a great victory here coming in from ODM Alfredino. A very, very interesting game here between both of these players. For a very long time here, we saw Fantalemonade, otherwise known as the Mr. King Fantalemonade, was in the lead for such a huge duration of time. The Shade Wraith Gunners were such a great ability there, 2.4k health. Sorry, 2.4k damage there, really ripping apart the health of all those big dinosaurs. So if we go in with him, we can see that 840 there for Count Noculus, 540 with 1.2k there for the Gunnery Whites, 330, 270 in for the Zombie Pirate Deckhand mobs, with 320, 250 there for the pole arms. We've got 1.1, 370, 511, and 720 for the Sirens, with, yeah, as we said, 2.4 for the Shade Wraith Gunners. So much good damage, but only 444 there for the Lamprey's Revenge. Really not too much for them to clamp onto. Even if they got onto the dinosaurs, only 9 models, you could see definitely the Stegodon's doing some nice work there. A great army composition for him, but from Alfredino. We've got 141 kills. 7,019 damage value. God damn, 18,500 damage dealt is absolutely insane work from Oxyotl. That is so goddamn much value. That is incredible work there. We've got 845 there for the Skink Priest of Heavens, 240, 61, 148, 200, and 200 for the Skink Cohorts. 630, 660 there from the Chameleon Stalkers, 530 there from the Cohort Zotek, 266, 465, 330, and 480 for the Skink Cohort Javelins, 880 as well as 670 for the Skink Skirmishers, 1.3k from the Poseidon Solar Engine, and 1,600 from the Stegodon. What an absolutely insane game here between two ODM legends. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you do, please smash that like button. It really does help here on the channel. As well as drop a comment down below. I'd be very interested to see what you think. How do you feel about Oxyotl? Do you think his performance was immense? I really think it was. I think he performed very well and single-handedly pulled out the game here for Lizardmen. Otherwise, other than that, if you haven't already, do feel free to subscribe. It really does help the channel. And also, go down into that description. If you haven't seen it, you can see all my other social media platforms, including Twitch, and most importantly, that Discord. You can join there and see all of my single player and my multiplayer content, as well as all my leagues and tournaments I host on a weekly basis. And you can leave your replays for casting, just like this one here in the channel, under replays for casting, and hopefully you'll see it here on the channel in the future. Other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon.